Hello, my name is Dr. Jorge Ruad. I'm the Executive Director of the Laguna Beach Community Clinic. Thank you for joining us for another episode in the Live Well series. Today we're going to be talking about the power of pets. And you can see I brought our family companion along with me today, Blaze, who's a 1.5-year-old Ridgeback who has brought so much joy and love to our family, in particular with my 3 boys, in addition to all the free exercise I get. But we all know of the multitude of health benefits that pets can have in our lives, whether it be cardiovascular, lowering blood pressure, helping with cholesterol, even some respiratory ailments such as asthma or allergies. But there's a wealth of documented data on the mental health aspects of pets. And so today we're very fortunate to have 3 individuals that are going to be sharing different aspects of personal pet ownership. We've got Miss Dee Perry, who is a longtime board member of the school board in town, as well as a long-term teacher. She's going to be sharing with us how they're incorporating pets into the classroom, as well as Mr. Ryan Keller, a local dog trainer, who's going to talk about the personal positive impact of owning a pet, as well as our very own Mr. Corey Sparkles, the clinic's videographer, who's going to be sharing his personal story. So I hope you enjoy this episode of The Power of Pets. Thank you for joining us for this segment of the next episode of our Live Well series. We're very fortunate to have Ms. Dee Perry here with us today, who's going to be sharing with us some insights on how pets are being used in the academic setting in town. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how the pets are being used in the community and within our schools here?
Sure, I'd love to. I really started reflecting after Monica talked to me about pets in the classroom, and I think we don't take enough time to reflect, because as I thought about it, I think the classes that I had pets in were the best by far, and it helps children so much. They understand that a pet is like them. It needs to feel safe. It needs somebody that cares for it, that its needs are met, and I guess they both just really need unconditional love.
So would you say, I know that the studies have shown, particularly with some of the children who maybe have autism or maybe some learning disabilities, that the pets tend to increase their social interaction with other people, and then also have them be able to be more task-oriented. Is that something that you've been able to observe in the classroom?
Yes. For shy children, to have a pet in the classroom that they can talk to, that responds to them, really helps their self-confidence.
So are the pets being used like on a weekly basis or quarterly basis? Or are they being used just under like maybe testing scenarios? When are the pets being used in the classroom setting?
In my classroom, they were there all the time, but at our high school during finals, they bring in kind of at the lunch break dogs that the students can pet. They put a whole fence around in the quad, and they have different petting animals so that kids can relieve stress and feel some comfort and some licks and snuggles, and then go take their next test.
Have they been able to see a difference potentially, like in maybe the test scores for the kids that use the pets versus not use the pets, and see if the anxiety decreased and then they were able to score better on tests because of the decreased stress?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I don't know if they did that or not. Yeah. Just anecdotally, kids loved it.
Yeah, no, they've I know the studies have shown tons of benefits in the classroom setting for kids in terms of interaction and stress and completing tasks, and hopefully their test scores are improved higher because of what other things is the schools, or what are they thinking about potentially doing with pets in the classroom?
Well, I guess encouraging more pets in the classroom, and there are some grants you can get. I wanted to mention one of my colleagues named Kathy Vick that is wonderful with pets. And she had a snake in her class named Lester. He's now Bino. And like you were talking about, for the kids who are struggling, like they have a writing assignment and they couldn't think about what to write, or a math problem, she would put Lester on their shoulders and say, you know, Lester's going to help you. I know you have this within your brain, but Lester's just going to help you. And the kids would do so much, you know, would then, okay, I got help, I can write, I can do this problem. And during a long time ago, in '93, when we had the fires, she, in Laguna, she hadn't been teaching long, and she had mice. And every 2 or 3 kids had a mouse. And when we had to evacuate our classrooms, she said, you know, boys and girls, take your mouse with you. And don't worry, your parents will come in and get you, everything will be fine, but comfort your mouse. Your mouse doesn't know what's going on. So we took buses down to the high school, and all of the students were really good, but hers especially. They're in a long row, and they're talking to their mice, and they're passing it from student to student, keeping their little mice calm.
So I guess in the classroom, can you give some examples of how maybe you personally are incorporating the pets to maybe teach different, you know, educational aspects or apply it to different disciplines?
Sure. I found that having the pets really increases the excitement for writing. So if we're writing and we're in a unit on poetry and we're learning to write haikus or limericks, and writing one about our little pet, we had our hamster named Prince Perry, and just thinking of all the adjectives that describe him, like curious, twitchy, soft, and then in math and science, measuring, weighing their food, and then the kids used to love to build mazes for them. And then we'd time how long it took them to go through the maze and see if we could, you know, make the maze more complicated or less. So bringing them into a lot of our regular math, science, language arts.
Well, that's so great. It's especially to see how you can use different things, including animals, to help further the children's education. So thank you for being with us here today, and really appreciate everything you do in the community.
My pleasure. I appreciate the community health center here.
Well, I've lived in Laguna since 1990. My family bought a home in Treasure Island, which is now the Montage, and they currently live off West Street, off Paseo del Sur. I've been a dog walker, private dog walker in Laguna Beach, and also dog trainer and dog sitter for the past 16 years.
So it seems like it's a real passion then.
I just love animals. They bring so much happiness into our life. And it's a healthy, active lifestyle in Laguna Beach with all the sports like behind us, kayaking, supboarding, scuba diving. There's so many sports, but there's also so many trails for dog owners to get out there every morning and, you know, get that exercise.
And so, in terms of the different approaches to the dog training, I know like you can have a positive reinforcement or different training modalities with like prong collars, e-collars, things like that. What's the approach you take with the dogs?
Well, I pride myself on being one of the softest dog trainers in Orange County, and I like to practice positive reinforcement dog training. You know, there's several TV shows with dog trainers that have used different methods. Some dog training's evolved. Pack theory is something that a lot of dog trainers are still teaching, but my best friend in the Navy was a dolphin trainer, and you can't use pack theory when you train a mammal like that.
And with the 16 years of experience, what are some of the, both, whether it be social or health benefits, what do you see as, you know, some of the more striking benefits that you see about being a pet owner?
Well, you know, it adds so much happiness to your life. I've read articles on the internet from different studies about dog ownership in America. And the average dog owner that does dog ownership the correct way, which is a minimum of 2 walks a day, you wake up in the morning, you take your dog for the half-hour walk. You come home from work, you take your dog for that half-hour walk. Some studies suggest that for males, it can extend your life 48 years and females 5 to 7 years.
Wow.
And so, you know, you being a doctor as well, understand the importance of cardiovascular health. And by owning a dog and going out on that walk, you're not only going to get that exercise for you and the dog, but you're also going to meet new people in your neighborhood. You're going to meet new friends and new dog owners. So it really expands your social circle by having a dog in your life.
And with the social circles, are there any particular groups or circles in town that people can get involved with?
Yes, we do Laguna Beach Locals pack walks. We started doing that last summer. We're going to be doing that again this summer, and you can find that basically on our Laguna Beach Locals current residents Facebook page. But I'll be announcing that through social media. And we want to start doing pack walks as well as group meetups to where other dog owners can meet other dog owners. Our last one was in Heisler Park, and we walked from North Heisler Park all the way down to Main Beach and back. And it's just a great time to get exercise and meet new locals and new friends.
You have a personal affiliation or tugs at your heart in terms of rescue dogs.
Cool.
What do you offer to the community for those that may be considering potentially dog ownership?
Great question. I always encourage rescue dog ownership. Sadly, over 1.8 million dogs are put down in shelters each year in America, and meanwhile, breeding continues to go on. So my own personal dog is a 9-year-old Border Collie, and he was rescued from the NorCal Border Collie Rescue, and he's a purebred Border Collie. So some people think, oh, I want to get a purebred dog. As a matter of fact, in dog training, the smartest dogs that I've ever worked for, the ones that wanted to please you the most, were mixed breed rescues. Not a standard professional bred poodle per se. And I have nothing against poodles. They're very smart. But if you go down to Laguna Beach Animal Rescue Center here in Laguna Beach and you rescue a dog, you get 2 free 90-minute dog training lessons at your home, which is a $300 value.
So you get a companion, and then you may potentially make some new friends while improving your health as well.
Correct,
Okay,
correct.
So we've got a friend here with us today. Who's this, and what are we going to learn with him?
This is Winston, and he is a golden doodle. He lives in North Laguna Beach, and I've trained him since he was about 12 weeks of age. And golden doodles and labradoodles, perfect family breed dog, as well as labs and goldens, a little bit bigger. He's a mid-size. They have minis, which are about 20 to 25 pounds. They have mids, which are about 50 pounds. And then they have standard size, which are all the way up to 75, 80 pounds. But labradoodles and golden doodles, the beautiful thing about them is you get the smartness of the poodle, you get the playfulness of either the golden retriever on the golden doodle or the lab on the labradoodle. Every dog that I walk and every dog that I train, I prefer using 4-foot leashes for safety reasons. Once we go to a 5-foot or a 6-foot leash, our reaction time of being able to pull the dog away from ingesting a chicken bone or something left in the grass or encountering a rattlesnake when you're on trail, that time, every foot past 4 feet of leash, your reaction time is increased by 1 second. So I've seen 3 rattlesnakes this summer so far on the trails, mainly up in the hills and the trails. But if you have a dog on a super long leash and you're not paying attention, that dog might run into something that you don't want them to run into, such as a snake, or they might eat something that somebody left. So this is a front attach harness. It's called an Easy Walk harness. Attaches to the front of the dog, Winston. And if I want to redirect him with one hand, I can simply, come on. Let's say hypothetically over here, there's something he's about to eat. Since he's on this harness, if I just gently pull him away with one hand without extending my hand. Now, if I'm on a super long leash, he's already over there. Some people use those retractable leashes, which, by the way, anything over 6 feet in Laguna Beach is against the law. You can get a ticket. It's rare that they write the tickets. But the retractable leashes, no dog trainers like them. It's because you have no control of the dog and they're too far away from you. And also, when you're introducing one dog to another dog, people always say, hey, is your dog friendly? They say, my dog's friendly. And they allow the dogs to pull towards each other, and then pretty soon they're tangled up and now you're doing the leash dance. So the proper way to greet a dog with your dog is, of course, always ask, have your dog behind you and say, excuse me, can I meet your dog? Is your dog friendly? I put my hand out like this to let the dog taste me to find out if the dog's having a good day. And then I bring in my dog slowly for the introduction, and I let them meet, usually for about 5 to 6 seconds, and then I pull my dog back, because otherwise they're going to start playing, and that's when you get tangled up. So that's some dog advice for dog walking, dog training. One way of giving back to the community in Laguna Beach is I like to offer free dog training for anybody who rescues a dog from the Laguna Beach Animal Shelter. So if you are going to rescue a dog from the Laguna Beach Animal Shelter, you can reach out to me and I can help guide you through the process, but also come to your home for 2 free private lessons.
Oh, that's wonderful. Ryan, thank you so much for sharing your knowledge and your time with us. I think it's just a wonderful wealth of knowledge that you've shared with us, and hopefully people in town take advantage of it. So,
thank you so much for all you do with the Laguna Beach Community Clinic as well. It was a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you.
Having a dog has truly changed my quality of life. They provide that kind of unconditional love that you cannot get anywhere else. Well, I adopted Chloe when she was just 3 months old, and I tell you, she was just a little bundle of joy, and she's been there for me in more ways than anybody else has. Not only have we experienced so much together, but I've met so many people at the dog park and local areas in Laguna Beach that I never would have met before if it wasn't for her. Now, after having Chloe for almost 5 years, I can't imagine not having her in my life. She is such a staple in everything I do, from my art, film, creativity. I even put her in all my videos, and I love her to death. She's just a little bundle of joy, and I can't imagine life without her. Having a dog has truly transformed my life for the better.
Thank you for joining us for another episode in our Live Well series. I hope you enjoyed the power of pets. For those of you that have been following us for a while now, know that we've been putting out some great content on healthy lifestyle. Feel free to follow us online or on our website at www.lbclinic.org to see how we're helping take better care of our community.